Guys, here I am today on the yellow Supra. Going to do a video for you about basically converting the Speedo from this 110 mph thing to actually, well, that's just an overlay they put on when it's imported. So for example, that 60 will be a 100 mph new one, but I'm also going to fit glow dials as well. I've got glow dials here which are quite nice. Right, so basically start off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws. Okay, that pulls out, and then you've got 1 plug, 2 plug, 3 plug. Can't really see it, there's a black one there. Show you. There's a black one. Just there, you see it. Okay, it plugs into there. Anyway, take that out like that. Remove it out of the way. Okay, and when you take this trim off here, it should just pull out after this one pulls up. There should be a couple of screws behind here. There's a screw there, just look for screws. You might need to take some screws off of here maybe, or this might just pull down. I'll have a look in a minute, but yeah, I'll get to the next video in 1 second. Alright guys, just get this and just put it up like that. Don't try and put it at an angle. Put it pretty much straight up. Move it out of the way, there's a cable there that needs popping off. As you'll see, then these tabs under here, you'll be able to pull this out. So, just like that. Like that. Should just, if you pull it out far enough. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into neutral. So I'm going to push that button down and push this side button at the same time, because I can do this one-handed, he says. There we go. Pull it all the way back so I can get this out. It's off, as you can see. Disconnect all these plugs on the back, and then we need to take this one off too. Screw there. We do that now. Might be a bit tight, not been on there off for a while. There we go. Give me 1 second while I put that somewhere safe. Okay. This should just pull, just grab it from an edge and just give it a little tug. It should just pop off. A bit tight. There we go. Try and pull it straight and not at an angle because you don't want to damage anything. Okay, that's. Just get it. This one come forward. This clip might pop off here as well, to be fair. Don't want to break it, but let me see. This front facing might pop off forward. I think it might. 1 second. There we go. Pop it off from there. Push on that one and pull that one forward. Same for here, this one's already off. Just need to clip this bottom bit off down here. Just be careful with that. And that'll be that. There you go. Right, remove that out of the way. Okay, now this should come off. Okay, to be fair, this one can just hang down. We don't really do anything with that. It can just hang down like that. Screw there, and screw there, and this will come forward. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. In fact, I'm just going to leave this connected here for now. There's no need to take it off. This can probably just, I can leave this here as well, say disconnecting. But if you want to get out of the way and you want to do a nice clean job, disconnect it. Pretty easy, anyway. But while I'm at it, I'm going to take off these crappy chrome rings anyway. This one's bloody cracked. I'll put on some different ones. I'll put on some yellow ones and make it look nice. I'll make something up, so take them off and take the glue off and make it look nice. And screws are out, so just get it from the right hand side. There's a reason for this, because you can get to the cables on the back. So we'll pull it out a little bit like this. Then you can see the cables on the back, just pop them off one by one. Squeeze at the top, and a bit hard to do while looking at it, but I'll get them off and we'll take it out. And screws are out, so just get it from the right hand side. There's a reason for this, because you can get to the cables on the back. So we'll pull it out a little bit like this. Then you can see the cables on the back, just pop them off one by one. Squeeze at the top, and a bit hard to do while looking at it, but I'll get them off and we'll take it out. Right, so you've got 1, 2, 3 plugs here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. This furthest one here on the left, as you look at it, goes to the Speedo. So I've just just pulled the wiring out and just pulled it here. So basically this one here is a signal wire. The blue with red stripe is signal wire. Okay, I believe this one's so that one needs to be cut, and then you're going to splice one side of the converter into that and then one side into the other one. Now you need to join, I think this is the power one. I will join it up and I'll show you after I joined it up, but I think that's like 12 volt feeds. You need to connect one wire up to that, and I believe this red one here, okay, they're solid yellow, solid red. This red one I think is actually the earth on the car, so you need to put one of those into that. So I'm guessing black one into that and red one into that maybe. I'll show you once I've wired it up and make it nice and easy for you to do. If you want to look at the pins, that is pin 3, pin 4 and pin 5. Okay, as you can see there, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. Okay, so here I've got my converter from KBTV. It's a company from eBay which I found, and I've used these before many times with success in lots of different cars. So the green wire is actually redundant on this. They make these and they're pretty much universal. You can use them in a lot of cars, but the green wire is actually redundant. So the green wire you can basically just get rid of. You don't need it. You know you're only doing 4 wires. Just tape this up so it's not going to connect to anything. I'm going to chop the end off and just tape it so it doesn't connect to anything. And yeah, we're going to wire this into that basically. So yeah, I will do that and then I'll explain it to you. Right, guys, I just want to show you this wired up. As I said, this being just taped up out of the way, the green wire. Speedo converters there. Right, now, so I've done it like this. I always do them like this because you can, if you have anything you want to reverse it or anything, you can literally leave the crimp connector on there and you can just chop these wires off here. So this is obviously a Speedo converter. So basically what you want to do is, and with crimps as well, I'm going to go sidetrack here, always double connect crimp, twist the wire, double connect, double crimp them, and then give a little tug. Make sure they're all tight in there, which they should be. These are obviously going to be insulated as well. I just wanted to show you the double crimp in there. You see 1, 2. But anyway, yeah, so basically this red wire from this KBT converter just goes into the yellow wire there, okay, which I believe is the live. This black wire, okay, as you see again, done the same way. So if ever you want to remove it, just take off the black wire. So the black wire from the KBT converter just joins in with the red wire there, okay. Now, the actual converter part of the Speedo converter, the grey wire. Sorry, let's start with the input. Okay, the input comes from here, from the loom end of the plug. Comes in, it goes in through the yellow wire into the converter. Okay, then it comes out from the grey wire, it converts the signal and sends it into the same blue wire with red stripe here. Okay, and that's literally it. That's done. Job done. It's very, very simple. And reversible if ever you want to reverse it. Just chop the wires off that you don't need. But yeah, happy days, all done. Obviously you would, if you wanted to reverse it, you'd chop this wire, you'd chop that wire, and then you just take this connector off and just join up with this connector. Happy days. As you can see, I've done it the correct way as well, so just join up. So that will just literally slot into that one, male and female. So yep, that's it for that part. So what I'm going to do now is get a multimeter out, and I believe this only comes on when the side lights are connected. So I'm going to use this feed here. Well, I'm going to find out which one it is. I'm going to use this feed to feed the power to the plasma glow dials, which is only 2 wire. It's just literally positive, negative. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll tape this up and get this all sorted. Okay, that's all taped up. There's absolutely no chance of it rubbing anywhere. Taped up really nice and thick. Not pretty, but it's definitely functional. Now, get yourself some good wire strippers if you're going to do jobs like this. Just use these for cutting. And crimps, I've got some really, really good crimps. Some proper good ones. So, really important to get good crimps, get a nice good connection on them. They crimp nice and tight. So yeah, next part of the video, I'm just going to take this apart, fit the glow dials and pull this off. I'll go inside for that and I'll see you in the jiffy. We've got the ignition on. I've found the wire, I'm just going to show you. This is on the back of that adjustable dimmer switch. Now if I just flick this to on, because it's in the off position now, as you can see. If I flick it to on, 1 second. Okay, it's flicked to on. Now I push this in here 1 second. There you go, pushed in there. You can just earth in that one on that one there. Just, see, 12 volt. Okay, turn it off. 1 second. There you go, it's off. Okay, not drawing anything. So this one here, which is the green and orange stripe wire, is the positive for that. Black and white is just going to be negative, so all good. I'll get that all wired up. Actually, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'll pull that off and I'll make a separate earth wire to there. It'll be fine, rather than earthing it through this circuit, which I don't mind actually, but I'll probably just earth it through here. I'll decide what I'm going to do. We'll see. Very important before we start that I remember where the actual needles were. Okay, it's pretty much, yep. Okay, turn it over for this. You want to be careful when you're just popping these tabs off. Just literally just push them when they come through. Just push them very gently all the way around till they pop off. Don't try and force it or you will break them. Same again for these black ones. Push, just keep going round. Push. Push, it's already coming. Make sure you get all of them. Push, push, push. It's pretty much coming off now, as you can see. 1 second. See, it's coming off. And then just go back to the top side. Make sure you get all of them. It's coming off. There we go. Look, it's come off. I'll just pop off now. There we go. Off. And this one here should have an overlay on it. Oh, they've actually replaced it. They have just replaced it, so they've actually taken the fucking thing off. So I'm gonna have to bloody. What am I gonna do? I'm just trying to think on this. You could just overlay it. I'll just overlay it on there. I'm not gonna bother taking it off, and I'll upset the needle. Because sometimes when you upset them, they don't like going back exactly. So I'll just overlay them on top. Okay. I will do that with double-sided tape, some good double-sided tape, which I have got down here. I'll go inside and do that, make sure it's all nice and clean. Right guys, this is how I've decided to do this, just some double-sided tape. Put this one on here because it's, well, it's easy to do, whereas these ones got cutouts, so I don't want to put them on these dials and then get in the way of the cutouts. Which are a little bit more difficult to see, so I want it to be stuck on all the way around. I don't want it to start peeling off in the summertime or something, or flexing, so I'll put them on and give you a show. This needle did need to come off, so just a little, little tight pull in the right direction, and it rested about here, so that's where I'm going to put it back on, there in that position. I'll put it back on afterwards, can't get dialed on without taking this off, so probably going to do the same for this one and these ones as well. I'll show you afterwards, make sure they're right. It was a little bit tricky. I slid the needle down from here and sort of bent the middle of this gauge downwards, so it sort of slipped under the needle, and I didn't know where it wanted to rest, so I did it that way, and then sort of pushed the other side up over this bit, so it getting down, then stuck it down. That one's done. And that's done. So for this one I slid, because this one doesn't want to move, so well, I didn't want to pull it, wouldn't want to pull off, so I didn't want to break it, so I slid this hole over this one first, same sort of method as this one, sort of up and under, and then I was holding it up and rotated it round, so this hole slot through there, and I slid it on that way, same thing, and that's in there now. It's all stuck down nicely, they're all stuck down, it's going to look pretty good. Now I've got to put this back together, so I'm going to find sort of like the corner edges, sort of tuck these into, so that they don't stop the case from sort of pressing together, and I'll put it back together. And there we go, all ready to go in. Okay, that's just what my lens out. We're looking pretty nice. Controller here for the dials. I've got to find a place to put it. I mean, the cable's not that long, so I'm kind of thinking the best place probably is going to be sort of underneath the steering. At least it's not going to. Underneath a sort of steering cowl like that, at least it's not going to sort of get with your knees or anything. Then you can still sort of flip it over to green and blue, and you've still got the adjustable brightness dial on the side. I think that's probably the best place, and I'll just tuck the wiring out from under here. Okay, I've pushed all the connectors back in place on the back, and I've just brought the plasma glow connectors down here, and I'll connect them into the controller. There's two of these, I've just tucked them down the side here. This connector is obviously going to go underneath there, underneath there like that, and this wire sort of tucked down here, and I'm going to join it into the switch there, here. Okay, so I'm going to do that and wire up and see how it goes, and test it first before I put it all back together. Makes sense? Okay, so I've wired the converter. You see it's down there, that black thing. I've wired the converter into here, so black wire, same way I've done the back of the Speedo, so you can just chop these wires off if you wanted and it'll still be the same. Just wired them into the back of this dimmer here. So yeah, so basically you've got the black wire going to the white with black stripe, and you've got the red wire going to the green and orange stripe. I'm just going to tape these up again like that. Now if we have a look, turn these on, you see, you can see actually, let me see, I'll turn it, that's on, that's off, on, and then you probably won't be able to see the difference now, but if I try to switch it from green to red, yeah, I don't think it works obviously in this light. Yeah, it's not working in this light. But you've got the dimmer on here as well. Right, there you go. Let's see. Yep, anyway, just dim it down a little bit, or yeah, it's all good, it's all working. Yeah, I'll get that sorted. I'll put this all back and wire up and get it sorted, and I'll put the trim back on and show you when it's done. Right guys, all done. I know it's not dark enough yet, but as you can see, the dials are now on. So I'll put the key in, just not making that stupid noise. Give me a second. There we go, thank God. Right, okay, now we'll switch it from whatever colour it is to where the other colour. Just reach it. Which way is it going to go? Okay, that's obviously blue, green, blue, green, and you've got the dimmer. Alright, and then I've just conveniently put it sort of right central. You can see that? Where is it? Just there. Bottom of the steering cowl, so it's just nicely out of the way, tucked out of the way. Wire, it's just, there we go. That's it. Alright. Oh, even lights up as well, that's pretty cool. Nicely done. And there's lots on that, so you can pull that in and out if you ever need to get the plastics off and stuff. Happy days. Alright, still quite light outside, so won't get full brightness of it till dark. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos. Also, I'm going to change these. I just quickly done it, just for the sake of doing it. Okay, so it's not dark yet, but I thought I would just... Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, okay, I like this. I thought I'd just test it out. Let me just... Which way's it got to go? Which way is it? Okay, can you tell the difference? Not there's much difference in colour, to be honest, is it? Well, I guess this is green, and this one's blue. Oh, this one's quite good, to be fair. It's pretty bright, that is. Cool. Just turn the car on and see. Nice. Cool.